it's not really a side quest if you have to clean it all to get 100%. I'm trying to. I think I was talking more about like how difficult it is to like reach goals and stuff when you are constantly pushing yourself to like high extremes, and how it was easier to just like put smaller goals. Yes, it was like that. And then I was talking about like my smaller goals. Like like technically my goal is pretty big because like I'm trying to push myself to do a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm not expecting myself to succeed in like every like single detail. I'm not expecting myself to be like super social and everything. And like I feel like, especially on Twitch, I haven't been as active. But I've been more active on like Discords and stuff like that. Last night I was hanging out with a couple of friends, and unfortunately I couldn't talk much because I hurt my throat from yesterday's stream, and it's very weird, right? Because I didn't feel like it was hurting that much after the stream, but a couple of hours later I was like, ooh, my throat hurts, and I knew it was because of the stream. So I just had to rest it up because I was like, it was like super sore, and I had to like get a bunch of hard candy, and I think I'm gonna have to like learn to do more vocal exercises, and I feel like that's part of my social anxiety too, because I'm so embarrassed to do vocal exercises in front of my partners. Like, listen, I have like singing anxiety too, so like a lot of vocal exercises is like doing the do re mi fa sol la ti do and like trills and stuff like that, and so I just feel weird doing that in front of anybody, or even doing that by myself. But like I'm going to have to do that. Like, I'm gonna have to do that. Like, I don't even think I'm necessarily a bad singer, but I just have, like, I honestly think it's a phobia. I think I have an actual legit phobia of singing. Oh, okay. I didn't realize you, little guy. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but man, I am going to have to take care of everything. But yeah, I have like at first I thought it was just like a little bit of anxiety, but I'm at the point where I think I have like a legitimate phobia of singing. And it's very weird because like I love music and stuff, but like I'm legitimately terrified to like anybody hears me singing, I just start panicking. Like, it's to the point where like even if I am alone, I am just terrified of people hearing me. Like, just the idea that, like, somebody that's not even in the house could walk past and hear my voice is just like, oh, no, I don't want that. Like things that are, like, super irrational just get to me. and listen, I've had to talk to my therapist about this. So I've talked to my therapist about this because it's bugging me. Because I do actually want to do, like, these, like, vocal things and, like, I miss singing because I used to do it a lot as a kid, and I want to go back into singing. Like, not to a professional degree, but just like for fun. Because my partners sing, and it's fun listening to them sing. And I miss that. Anyway. But I feel like it's just like all one big like slow process. And honestly, I'm thinking back on all the other like resolutions I've had, and listen, I've definitely failed a lot of resolutions in the past. And I feel like a lot of resolutions I have now are similar to resolutions I've had in the past, but I feel a little bit more confident in them lately because I do put like a lower bar. I don't even think I've really failed like my more recent ones, if that makes sense. Especially in the more recent years, because I do have like such a low bar for them. They feel more accomplishable. Because I do set the bar lower, I can go at my own pace. And like I can challenge sometimes I will like challenge myself to do like a specific thing, but it's less about the New Year's resolution and more something I do like during the year. It's like, oh, okay, well, I've done this, why don't I do a little bit something different, right? And I think it's because just over time you just build a little bit more confidence in yourself. But I feel like having the bar a little bit lower just kind of makes it a little bit easier. And I also think like if you set the bar really low one year and then the next year you're just like, oh, well, I've actually been able to do that, and I think that helps. I don't necessarily think it's the best for everyone. Does that make sense? Because some people, listen, sometimes you set the bar so low that you don't even think about it. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I think sometimes people will make... I think sometimes people make a bunch of resolutions and then they realize, you know what, I don't actually care about this one specific resolution, so I'm going to focus in on the others, right? I think that's a big part of it too. And there's definitely been some resolutions I've skipped over because I was just like, you know what, I don't really care enough about this. Listen, exercise was definitely one of those for me. And like I'm not saying that exercise isn't important. Like definitely, listen, especially as somebody that like deals with chronic pain, exercise is super important. But for me, it's less about like losing weight now, and more my focus is on like just trying to be healthier. Like I'm like when I was younger, I was more focused about the losing weight part. But then I couldn't lose the weight, and I would always get depressed. Because, like, weight and me, listen, me and my body weight have always been fighting each other. Like, I can't remember a time where I wasn't, like, big. So, weight and I have never been, like, buddy-buddy, right? Losing weight and me have never been buddy-buddy. So, I've always been stressed out by that. But after a certain point, I was like, you know what? I don't think I care. I don't think I care anymore about losing weight. So, and for a while, I just kind of gave up on, like, exercise and stuff for a long time. I just kind of gave up because I just figured it wasn't in the cards. And then I kind of went back to it, and I was like, you know what? Even if I'm not losing weight, even if my body still stays relatively the same, I could still exercise for the sake of getting healthier. And I still, listen, I'm not going to pretend that I am, like, perfect. I'm not going to pretend that I am perfect, or that I am exercising every single day. I still have episodes where, like, pain is so ouchy I can't, or I just don't think about it. Sometimes I just don't think about it. Or I'm just like, oh, I'll do it later, and then I forget, and it's way too late. Listen, again, I'm not perfect. But I feel like putting in the perspective of, like, I just want to exercise to feel better. Or to, like, not be as bad off later on. Instead of worrying about the weight issue all the time. I felt like that's been more helpful to me than worrying about, like, the weight. Oh, okay, so there is some plants here. Okay. Let's see. Do I have skill points? I do have skill points. But only a few skill points, apparently. I'm guessing I earned skill points for specific things. It looks like I can press up to restore the first stage of nature. I'm going to wait till I get, like, a little bit more stuff done. And, yeah. I feel like the whole, worrying less about weight has been one of the most helpful for me when it comes to exercise, because I've definitely been more active in recent years. And again, it's because I changed the bar, and I focused on things that I actually cared about. And listen, it is not that I don't want to lose the weight. It's just that I've struggled with it for years. That to the point where it's just like it gave me so much frustration and like anxiety and depression that I was just like, you know what? Why am I worrying about this instead of like just like enjoying myself and dealing with other things. Oh, there he is. We gave him. Oh my god, we can pet the kitty. Okay. So we took care of that guy. I just realized, do we get more? Oh, this is a gambling machine. This is a gambling machine. Okay. But yeah, I definitely feel like just changing my perspective has helped me like exercise. And listen, if I lose a little bit of weight, that's fine. Honestly, if I lose a lot of weight, that's fine too, but just it's just not my priority anymore. I don't feel bad about like being bigger. I don't think there's nothing inherently wrong with being bigger so long as you're like comfortable in your own body. It just took me a very long time to realize that I needed to be more comfortable with my body instead of like worrying about what other people think, and that I didn't need to obsess so much. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but listen, if you've been following this channel, you know I ramble a lot. I love to go on little rambles. I am a little bit worried that I kind of got like a bit fat phobic there, and part of it is because despite my weight, I was actually fat phobic for a long time. Listen, I can actually talk about this. I had like severe issues with like my body weight, and I was just like super duper embarrassed about like being overweight. And like it's part of the reason why I was like super obsessed with like weight loss when I was younger. Okay, that's it. But I couldn't even like follow the. Listen, I'm more of the body neutrality thing now, where I believe like it's more important to like feel comfortable with yourself and like your own needs rather than the body positivity movement. But I think for a long time it was mostly just the body positivity movement. I couldn't even like look at the body positivity movement stuff. I couldn't even look at that without feeling uncomfortable. I couldn't even look at it and feel comfortable because I just kept seeing myself. And I'm doing a lot better now because now I see like it's not a bad thing. But for a long time I just kept looking at them and I just kept seeing and hearing the things that would be said about me when I was younger. So yeah, like I don't feel that way anymore, but like it's still you know what, I can't really say that. Like it still hits from time to time. I feel like it's a lot better. Like I feel like in more recent years, because gosh, I feel like it was my 30s that really just kind of shifted a lot of my perspectives. I feel like the 30s is when like a lot of things shifted for me and I started like kind of really coming out as a real person. Listen, the 20s were sucked. 20s sucked. The 20s sucked. My teenage years sucked. Elementary school was fine to a degree. There was like a couple of years when I first started elementary school that really sucked. But there was so much of my like younger years that just like sucked. And then 30, it was just like, you know what? I think I'm figuring myself out now. I think I know what I want. Inventory full. Hang on a second. I need to cough. hello, I'm back. Okay, so I gotta clean out my stuff, apparently. So quick question. How much of this stuff do I actually need to keep? And, hello? I pressed the start button, but I guess that brought back some of the nature. Okay. What do I do with, like, some of this stuff? Okay, I have 900 no, I don't have anything. Power hoover, pocket recycler. Okay. Excess points. I can restore to the second level of nature. Okay, so I have gone beyond, above and beyond, apparently. Do I just put in different types of... Does it matter? Are any of these, like, key items? I'm assuming some of these are key items. Can I just recycle everything? It's letting me put that away at least. I'm a little confused. Maybe there was just too much stuff in my inventory. Well, I know there was too much stuff, but like, maybe I just needed to recycle it, but now... Well, I guess I could put this little wire onto that other thing. I got distracted. Give me just a second, I gotta figure out what I'm doing. But yeah, it was a few years ago that listen, like everything below, like, the age of 30, I felt like a different person. And so, like, it feels like my 30s is when I really started feeling like myself and feeling like me and really discovering myself. And I'm going to be 37 in just like a couple of weeks. Well, not even a couple of weeks. It's like a week and 2 days. So I still feel like there's a big chunk of me that I haven't fully discovered about myself. And in one way, it's like super exciting, right? It's super exciting. And another way, it's just like, man, I wish I figured out a lot of this stuff sooner. But part of it was like realizing that I was more obsessed with how other people perceived me rather than cared about how I felt about myself. And thankfully I was able to like meet some people who were like way more supportive and like really actually cared about me despite my weight, or actually found me attractive because of my weight. Honestly, listen. I think that's probably the most shocking. Listen, I used to be really like the idea of people being attracted to me always floored me, but it was like, gosh, it was like the end of like college before I found somebody who actually found me attractive and wanted to date me. And I refused to believe them. And then it happened again, and then I was like, you know what? Like, maybe there's something to it. Maybe it really isn't just them faking it. Man, I sucked so bad in college. Like, I actually dated him. I actually dated that person from college, but I absolutely could not, I could not acknowledge the fact that they found me attractive. I just could not. And then it's happened a few more times since then. I was like, you know what? Maybe I actually am attractive. Like I'm still friends with the person from college that I used to date. But I was in such a bad mental state back then, and I've talked to them since then, and I've apologized profusely. But I was such a horrible person, and it's part of the reason why I'm trying to become a better person now. But oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. So I guess that was... Is that the same cat as up there? No, it's not. I'm a little confused. Because it hissed at me before. Did I get another hat and not realize it? I don't know. We gotta repair the clock, unlock the train tunnels, remove the brown puddles. Is this the end of it, or is there a little bit more going forward? I'm gonna have to see. Because I think we're about done with this section. Kind of pausing a little bit just to... Because I don't want to start something new when we're about done here. So I'm guessing there is like a couple of puddles still yet. There we go, there's the train station. Where are these puddles? Can I pet you? I can! Well, the magic hand can. Okay. Where are these puddles? I'm trying to find a puddle, but I don't see it. Are you guys seeing a puddle? Because I'm not. Am I missing something? I'm seeing some plants. I'm very confused. Wait, is it like inside the building, maybe? No. Where is this rain? Where is this water at? Okay, it's not that one. Because it's not shrinking. I'm just gonna have to suction stuff up until I... Are they in here? No, I can't go in there. Oh. Okay, well there's one. Okay, it could have been that I sucked them up, but I didn't suck them up completely. Okay, I'm just gonna hold the suction button down. That would make sense. Let me just see. See a little bit more trash here. There it is. Okay. I could have sworn I just went past that. I'm sorry. Am I wrong? Is this... Oh my god, the grass... I really gotta water everything, don't I? I don't know how. I just assume some of these are assets. No, you've really got to water everything. You know how a lot of games are. They're just like, oh, this looks like it's waterable, but no, it's actually just an asset. That's what I was thinking. Okay. Well, once I get the grass water, we'll be done here. Okay. Like, it looks like wheat. Like, I didn't even think anything was wrong with it. Let's see. I mean, we can restore it now. Let's just go ahead. Oh, hey! It's a duck. I'm assuming it's a duck and not like a goose. I wouldn't know. Let's see. Does that automatically, like, upgrade, like, everything? Or do I? No, it still makes me water. Okay. Do I get a bonus for doing all this? That's the real question. Do I really want to go all out and do this, though? That's another question. Because I don't even know what else needs to be taken care of. I hear the train. I just wanted to see what would happen. Oh, it's just glowing, huh? Congratulations, nature is restored and you can travel to the next location. Yeah, let's just go. Thank you for your help. Okay. I bet there is a bonus for like an achievement thing for 100%ing this.